Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. Please don't forget at the end of this video to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you're alerted every time I post a video. And please comment on what you'd like to see, whether you like this video. Yeah. Today we will be talking about Black girl hair appreciation. So the reason why I decided to do something on this is because I have observed that many Black girls don't tend to appreciate their hair. Certain types of hair textures seem to be more promoted and advertised, and some people just don't know how to take care of their hair, so they just don't like their hair at all. So yeah, I thought it important for us to talk about it so that we get to a point where we actually appreciate our hair as well as other hair textures within our community. So yeah, I'm here with my girls. I will let them introduce themselves.
Okay, I guess I'm Keila. I guess I would go to school with Faith at Andrews University. I don't really know my hair type. I just know it's like a pretty basic curl. I would say it's like a 3D probably. It's a little difficult, but it's nice to deal with sometimes. And I'm still learning how to deal with it, to be honest.
Okay, my name is Makaya. I am at Cornell University, and my hair texture is 4C, though I have high porosity hair, so it tends to dry up pretty quick. It doesn't retain as much moisture. Yeah, it's been like a love-hate relationship with my hair, so we're still on the journey.
Cool. Okay, so like my hair texture is 4B, 4C. So like I tend to like my hair pattern tends to be more coily at the back, and then going forward the curls get looser. So yeah, it's quite interesting to deal with because there's certain things I like to do to my hair, but I seem to have to pay attention to more sections of my hair, so it gets a bit frustrating. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start with like talking about each one of us's like hair journeys and how like we've gotten to the point where we actually have come to appreciate our hair, or even just like learn how to manage our hair properly. Personally, when I was younger, like my aunt used to do my hair a lot, and she knows a lot about styling hair. Shout out to you, Sumina, you're amazing, and I just love you. But yeah, she taught me a lot about how to style my hair, how to braid my hair, so I never really struggled as such to do my hair. But then like when I actually started learning how to do my hair on my own, it was easier because she taught me what I needed to know. But when it came to like oiling it and whatnot, I didn't really know. I just knew how to like style it and braid it and whatnot. And so like in 2016, late July, just like after my birthday, I did a major chop. Yo guys, I did it because I got tired of my hair, but I regretted it because I missed my hair. Like if you've had a major chop, you understand what I'm talking about. Like at first it's exciting, you're just like cut it, but then like afterwards it's like you miss your hair, you miss being able to style it in certain patterns. But honestly, if you want to do a major chop, I would advise you to do it. Like I'd advise any girl out there to do it for the purposes of just like getting to a point where you appreciate your own beauty without having long hair. Like it put me in a space where I felt insecure because I didn't have my long hair. I didn't have to style it the way I used to. Like my head was exposed, guys. I had a fade at the back. It was like that. But yeah, I got to see myself for me without the long hair. But I definitely missed it. And it took me on a hair journey where I had to now know like, okay, what does my hair like? What doesn't it like? What works for it? What will help it grow thicker and longer quickly? And I learned that I have high porosity hair, so that means I need more like thicker creams. But there's a common misconception also that if you have high porosity hair, you need to add a lot more product. That's not the case. So like you just have to know like, okay, maybe lighter oils don't really work for my hair. And also my hair dries really quickly. So I literally like recently with this like hair that I have, I would like wet my hair, like my hair literally be dripping water, and then put it under a plastic and then sleep with the bonnet on. And the following day, like my hair will still be very moisturized, and I just like that. Of course the shrinkage comes with it, but like that's what works. Like I can't just spray my hair and go like the day and it will be still like moisturized at the end of the day. It didn't work. But that's like been my hair journey. It gets frustrating at times, honestly, especially when you're trying to understand and learn what really works for your hair, and you try all sorts of things. It's so frustrating because you see rice water, onion water, what, like it's a lot. But yeah, like it's an important journey to go on, I think, in my opinion, and it's exciting at the end of the day. Like it's also a form of self-care. I love doing my hair. Like if you know me, you know I love doing my hair. So it helps relaxes me. Now, it helps relax me. English is not my first language. It really helps relax me. Yeah, I've enjoyed my hair journey. How's been you guys' experience?
Okay, so I can start. Yeah, my hair, it's been quite, we've been through a lot, I can say. So I remember the vague memories I have of me sitting down with my mom, like, you know, combing my hair, and like the comb would literally break because it was so thick and just it couldn't comb through. And I always hated that process because in the morning when I had to go to school, I had to go through that every single day, and I just hated it. Like I would go to school and my head is aching and there's just so many things going on. So it was then that I told my mom that, okay, I want to perm my hair to straighten it and make it easier to manage. And so I did. I think that was when I was in the 7th grade. So that was like 2010. So I permed my hair in 2010. And I loved it. It was so nice. Like I didn't suffer from shrinkage anymore, which was amazing. I just enjoyed having very straight hair and very nice long hair. One that would just like I didn't even have to do much to it.
Yeah.
So I really loved it. Not until after my grade 7 exams, I had to go to St. Mary's. So for those of you that don't know, St. Mary's is like a Catholic school back home, and they don't allow permed hair. So I knew that it was time for the big chop, and I did not like it. Like I take a lot of confidence in my hair, and so just having my head exposed, I was like, oh my goodness, this is terrible.
I know the struggle.
I know, right? Yeah, it's like a part of me has just been cut off, but I had no choice. I just had to cut it off. And other than that, it was also falling off and breaking a lot. So I really don't know what happened over time, because in the beginning, like the products I would use to straighten my hair would agree with my hair, and it wouldn't like fall out or anything. But then like over time, it started falling out a lot, and then it was very uneven. Like my hair in the back was really short and very coily, and then in the front, it was just like, it would be thick at the scalp, like near my scalp, and then like at the ends it will be very thin and very unhealthy. And so I was like, okay, you know what, let's just cut it off. And so I cut my hair before I could go to school. So yeah, then I started growing it again, and from 2011 to 2015 I just had like natural hair, and I loved it because it was long, it was thick. Like there's something that I didn't have with permed hair, and that's just the thickness. And I realized how much I loved it, because I would comb my hair in an afro, and then it would just look like really good. So yeah, that's what happened. Then after high school, I again was tempted to perm my hair for a second time. because what happened was like high school was done, so it was time to go into society. And I thought having weaves was like the rite of passage, and having a weave wouldn't really work with like having natural hair, because you'd have to leave some hair in the front and then it would have to blend in with the weave. And so I was like, okay, since I'm grown now, I have to have weaves. And I didn't even like them. I didn't realize that I didn't like weaves, but just because it was something I thought I should do, I did it. And so I permed my hair again in 2000, I think it was early 2016 or late 2015.
Sad. Wow, that's so
But wait, before we actually met, so anyway, Faith and I met in like January of 2016, yeah. So before that, before I even started, like way before I met you, I think it was just a week after perming it, I started regretting. I'm like, oh no, why did I perm my hair again? And so like it was a lot of uncertainty with what I wanted, because I was just doing whatever everyone else around me did. And so then I was like, all right, time for the chop again. But because I have a lot of confidence in my hair, I was like, I'm gonna start trimming it just like bit by bit. So I'm gonna let it grow out, and then when it grows out, just trim the ends until it finally gets to the length that I want it to get. And so that started my natural hair journey again. I tried trimming it, but again, like since I permed it, it was very different texture. Like the hair closer to my roots and the hair at the ends, it was like very different. So I just decided to cut it off. For a second time when I came here, I think 2017, I did that. And then so then coming to the US, it was like, all right, I need to find a way to take care of my hair, because I can't braid it. Back home I could just have it in braids and it would be fine. So coming here, I didn't know how to take care of my hair, so somebody advised me to just check on YouTube. There are a lot of YouTubers who like have videos about how to take care of your hair and all. So I did, right? So I did that. I bought like a whole lot of products, a whole lot of Cantu products, leave-in conditioner, the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to start taking care of my hair, because I would look at how people would do it. They'd put Cantu and the curls would be popping and all that. It was so good. And I was like, that's exactly what I want. But I did not realize that my hair was a different texture than the YouTubers I was looking up. And so like Cantu, I would have like Cantu. I think I've never finished like the whole bottle of like a Cantu product. So I tried it, and at first, as I was putting it in my hair, like my hair was very soft. I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. But then later I realized, because I have high porosity hair, it would dry up immediately, and then it would become like stiff and really hard to manage. And so I was like, okay, probably there's something wrong I'm doing. It's probably just my hair. It's not right, Then I started looking up. I was like, okay, maybe it's like heat damage. That's why it's behaving the way it is. But it wasn't. It's just that my hair texture was different, and Cantu didn't work on that. But because Cantu was what's associated with natural hair, I thought that it just has to work for my hair, Cantu, that's Cantu. But I got to a point where I realized that heavier products, like heavier creams and not lighter oils, like just like greasy stuff, that's what works for my hair in terms of managing it. And so it was hard to just accept that, okay, you know what, even though that this is the main, there's like mainstream product, it doesn't work for my hair. I just have to listen to my hair and change up things. And so far, I just hit that realization 4 months ago. But yeah, so it hasn't been like a whole lot. It hasn't been long.
Something important that I think is worth noting, because I also had a similar experience with Cantu. Like, I remember, I feel like natural hair became a trend in Zambia at some point. Like, everybody was buzzing about natural hair, and natural hair, the first product that was like mentioned when it had to be natural hair was Cantu also.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it would also work really well for me, but it didn't. If it's the shampoo, especially, like, it just left my hair with a weird texture. And at first I thought, okay, maybe it's just the water here, because I heard a number of people complain about the water here. So I thought, maybe it's the water here. But when I tried Groganics product, I don't know if you guys have heard of Groganics. It just left my hair with a texture that I was more familiar with. That felt okay. So I thought, can't just that work for me? And I think it's something worth pointing out that, you know, you shouldn't feel insecure about your hair just because a trending product doesn't work for it. Your hair is still beautiful and worth, you know, your appreciation of it. Like, just because something doesn't work for you, try something else. It may just work for you. I mean, there's so many products that work really well. I like Groganics products. I know most of their products are for like hair loss and whatnot, but they work really well for me. They work really
I think I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, Groganics. What else? Auntie Jackie's products. I really love their flaxseed gel. I like the curl definition works really well. Yeah, so
I
like,
will make a mental note of
exactly. Just because like one specific product doesn't work for you, try something else. You know, don't feel bad about your hair. Like, it's still good hair. You know? Yeah.
On that note, actually, so my hair is obviously a little bit different than your guys' hair. I wish I had your guys' hair when I was younger, not gonna lie. But something I heard a lot when I was growing up was good and bad hair. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
Yeah.
But especially in the Hispanic community, since I'm a Hispanic Black mix, my hair was like, whoa, to my mom's side of the family, because they're all Puerto Rican. They have these nice like bouncy curls, but they're very loose. So when it came to my hair, my mom had no idea what to do. And every time they went down, they'd be like, oh, why don't you straighten your hair so you can have good hair? And growing up, I think that had a big part of how much I didn't like my hair, because people always said good hair. And good hair was always referenced to like straight, nice, thick hair. And I didn't have that. I had curly hair, and it was like, what do I do with this? So that is a part of my curly hair journey, I think. Yeah, because when I was younger, we didn't know what to do. My mom has that nice straightish hair that was really thick and bouncy. And then when she had us, she was like, oh, wow, I have curly hair children. So it was a learning curve for her. She didn't know what to do. So she was like, obviously, I should straighten it. That's a pretty straightforward answer. So I think from the ages of 7 to 16, I straightened my hair. And that whole time I had no idea. I knew I had curly hair, but at the same time I was like, it's just part of the process to get straight hair. I genuinely thought for the longest time, if I straightened my hair long enough, it would just become straight on its own. Because all of my family had really nice straight hair, and I was like, I want that so badly. But then I started playing a lot of sports, soccer specifically, and I was at practice for 2 to 3 hours in the evening, and I was just sweating, and my roots would get so sweaty, and they would curl up, and I was like, this has got to stop. And at the time, my sister had started doing her own curly hair journey. She started before I did. And she influenced me, because she was like, why don't you just try it for like a summer? Because then you can do your hair. It won't look bad when you're playing a soccer game. And then you can go back to straightening your hair if you want. So I tried it. She did my hair the first time. She just took, at the beginning, we started using like really natural products that you found at like Ocean State, which is a store in my state of Massachusetts. I don't even know what it's called. It's like an organics company. It's really, really low-key. So she would just put deep conditioner and gel in my hair, and that's all we did in the beginning, and it worked for a time, but obviously you can't use the same products forever. I don't know if you guys have that problem, but with my hair, I've learned that I have to switch it up once in a while. Like I like to use Miss Jessie's which is, I feel like, a pretty basic company for a lot of people. They go straight to Miss Jessie's because a lot of curly girl influencers will mention it, and it works, but it's also really expensive. So I've tried to like incorporate some other products that make it easier, like an Aussie curl defining serum that works really well, and it's thick. So you guys mentioned high porosity. I don't really have high porosity hair, which I'm a little sad about, because then I would know. My hair is weird. It's so frustrating because I have sections. I would say the front of my head right here is very high porosity hair because it's always being exposed. I pull my hair back a lot right now because I'm not working to do it in a ponytail. But like the back of my hair is very low porosity. So if I put too much oil, then my scalp just feels gross and my hair looks really oily. And like I just drenched my head in water and oil and just went out into the world. And I was like, that's not what I did. So I have to like mix up my products a lot. And when I was younger, I was like, I'm learning. And so I just throw a bunch of oils in my hair because I saw that you should put like deep conditioning stuff, avocado oil and olive oil, and mix those together and put it in my hair like, I look great. and my mom didn't know what to do, and I felt really bad because like my sister and I would go out looking really oily. And she'd be like, those are my kids. I did my best, but obviously I don't know what to do. And my dad didn't either, because he's a guy. He just shaves his head and calls it a day. So when it came to my sister and I, we're looking like little oil containers walking around. And it worked. We really thought it worked because our hair looked moisturized. I'll give us that. It looked moisturized. But we looking back at it now, I was like, I don't know why I did that. But I got to a point where I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't just use oil.
Yeah.
And I did try Cantu too, and Cantu, it worked for a time, and then I realized it's not working for my hair because it would dry out like you got the thing. And it's nothing against the company, to be honest.
Yes.
Their deep conditioning is next level. But I was just like, maybe I shouldn't use this product all the time. And I kind of stuck with Miss Jessie's, and now I use their multicultural hair product. It is expensive. It's like $22.
Per product?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Natural hair is just expensive.
Yeah.
But it works really nice because since I have different curl types scattered throughout my head, it's kind of meant for different curl types all at once. And so when I use it, it's just like, oh, now my curls are nice and refreshed all over my head, not just in the front or in the back, like the whole thing. So yeah, it's been a fun journey, and I'm still learning to love my hair because I miss straightening it sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. It was just so much easier. Just I'd spend 3 hours, I'd straighten it, and that was it. And I didn't have to worry about it. Whereas now I'm like, okay, do my baby hairs look good? Is the front of my hair good? Do I need to braid specific parts?
Yeah. You know, that's really cool. I like how you mentioned just having like different curl patterns in your head. Like that is perfectly normal. Like, yeah, that's so normal. I went to this salon. Initially, like it was in Woodlands area in Zambia, Lusaka. If you guys know Afropology, yeah, I went to that salon. And the guy working on my hair, Anderson, he told me that I had different curl patterns in my head, and that's how I knew that okay, like things are just different in this thing. And that was perfectly normal. So that happens. Like the struggle is real, but I'm really glad like you found a product that works like for all the different curl patterns, you know, that you have. And you have beautiful curls, Keila. Like, you know, when you talked about like good hair, bad hair, I was like, your hair is good hair to us. That's really what, like, I think for the most part of my life, I've grown up hearing, and especially now when like natural hair is a trend. Because like I remember like when I do a twist out, I I remember this time, my young sister, I had this conversation with my young sister, Joy, shout out to you, I love you so much. But yeah, I had this conversation with my sister and I had a twist out and she was like, oh my gosh, Faith, your hair looks so good. It looks so good. You look like you're mixed. And she meant like my being mixed race and my hair looked like that. And I was telling her like, why should that be a compliment? Like, why should it be a compliment to have hair that looks unlike your natural hair? And I hear that a lot. Like, I think it stems from a place where people don't really appreciate their natural hair texture, and looking mixed becomes a compliment because that's supposed to be good hair. And I have nothing against it. It's beautiful, but I just feel, like we should appreciate our own hair. It comes from a place where you appreciate your own hair, that you're genuinely able to appreciate somebody else's hair, and not because you're insecure about your own. No, I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, even when it comes to like edges, guys, edges. I didn't even know. I was watching That's So Raven again. Yes, I still love That's So Raven. But yeah, I was watching it recently and I noticed Raven used to do her baby hair. And I was like, hey, I didn't know this then, because it seemed like doing your baby hair was like a recent thing. And so I realized like for my hair, I don't really like struggle per se to like do my edges. Like I use something waxy and then I use like Eco Style gel. Like the Eco Style gel doesn't like work alone. There are days though, but most of the time it doesn't. So like that's what I do. But I realized like my young sister has really nice thick hair, but her edges are not as easy to lay down as mine. So she used to feel insecure about her hair just because of that. And I noticed a number of girls like feel that way because, their edges can be laid down, especially because that's the trend. And I just want to tell you, whoever you are, that you should never feel bad just because your hair doesn't seem to fit into a trend. Like it shouldn't make you feel like, I'm less of a girl because like your hair is beautiful and it does work. Like you just have to know, like if you actually want to insist on being part of the trend, there are products that work. Like I have to use wax and gel. Like just because you see like many YouTubers or Instagram hair gurus, just use gel and you think, oh my gosh, my hair is bad. Like it's not. It's really not. And yeah, another thing I want to talk about, because this hurt my feelings. You YouTubers who make videos saying, know how to style 4C hair, but your hair isn't 4C. You're cheating people. You are cheating people and you should stop that. Because that perpetuates insecurities in people who, look at a video hoping to find somebody with their type hair, and then, they watch this person with different type hair and they're able to do all these things, but their hair can like mimic that, like appreciate your own hair texture. And if you want to make videos about it, make videos about your own hair texture, not somebody else's hair texture. Yeah? But yeah, like that's something that it pains me because I went through that, guys. Like I looked for videos that, I hope like, I'd find something to do with my hair, especially after going through that major chop. I really wanted something to do like with, that phase, like when you cut your hair and like it's growing, you just can't like do anything really. It's growing, like you comb it out. The next time you're combing your next section, it's shrunk. Like it's so annoying. So I was looking for stuff that, could help me during that period. But I was seeing a lot of 4C videos, but they weren't really like speaking to my type of hair. And just something else about like hair texture. There's no one type of 4C, one type of 4B, 4A, 3C. They just speak to a range. So just because your type 4C doesn't suit the type 4C that you see in an actual video with somebody who actually has 4C hair, doesn't mean your hair is bad. I will keep stressing that. You have beautiful hair. God created us each individually to represent a part of his character. Like we are different, we are diverse, but we are all beautiful. Yeah. Makaya, you had once mentioned a YouTuber who like you'd go to for like hair.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was just about to mention that actually. So shout out to Adanna Madueke. You guys, if you have 4C hair, you should definitely check her out. She actually inspired this look. I did this on my own. So she inspired this, and she does a range of styles. Like, I didn't know what to do with my hair coming here, you know, because I couldn't, you know, just go out and have it braided by someone, because that's like almost $300, and I don't have that kind of money. So I had to learn how to do my hair, and she made me realize what I can actually do with 4C hair, you know. So she has like a lot of videos about different styles you can do, so definitely check that out. And I just wanted to add on to you know, what Faith was talking about regarding edges and all. Again, I tried doing edges. You know, I bought all these products that were recommended by some YouTubers, and it just didn't work on my baby hair. So just like Faith, I used like a whole lot of waxy products and some gel, maybe to just like hydrate it a bit. The one product I use that works is the Edgewax Murray. I don't know if you've heard about it. That's the one I use. So if you try out different products and you find that they don't work, just switch it up and see what works. Listen to your hair, because your hair is the best indication as to whether what you're doing is actually working or not.
Okay. Keila, like, what did you use like to get that look, to get those curls? And like, are there any people like who you would give a shout out to, who inspired where you're at right now in your hair journey?
Honestly, just my sister. So she's the reason I did my hair curly in the first place. She was inspired by JoyJah. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. She's from Belize. She's a YouTuber, so if you want to check her out, she does a lot of curly hair stuff too. She has similar hair to my sister and I. She has a lot of products underneath her videos and her Instagram, so if you look at her, you'll be able to see it. I personally just use Miss Jessie's multicultural curls and the Aussie coconut curl defining serum, just because I like how that works with my hair better. There's different ones, so if you want to check those out, that's possible too. And then Eco Styling Gel. With Eco Style though, that was a different journey, because there's so many different types that they sell, and it definitely depends on the products you use, because I started off with the olive oil one, and that worked when I was using olive oil to define my curls. But when you're using different products, you want to make sure that the products and the gel don't flake when you put them together. That was something that took a lot of work to figure out, because it was like, oh, I'm flaking. Why am I flaking? I look like my hair's gross. It's not. You just have to figure out like when they're dry, or when your hair dries out or you diffuse it or whatever, that your hair doesn't look flaky and that the products mesh well together. And that took a lot of work to do. So just learning that is something that's pretty important, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Okay, guys. Are there any like last tips that you guys would give, like to somebody going through this hair journey?
Personally, oh sorry, you can go first.
No, you go ahead.
So I never did a big chop. I'm gonna be very upfront with that. I never did a big chop like you guys, and I feel like you don't have to feel pressured. If you ever want to like go do your hair natural and you have some damage, go ahead, trim that off yourself. But you don't necessarily have to go straight for a big chop, because I know that it's a thing. Like, I know a lot of curly girls are like, oh, I did a big chop and I kind of regret it. And it's like, you don't have to. If your hair is already looking pretty decent, you can just trim off the dead ends and work with it as you go through. Because if you have decent hair, not to say good hair, bad hair exists. Everyone has good hair. But if your hair doesn't look like it's been severely damaged, don't chop it all off. Like, it'll look you'll be really sad afterwards. And because I considered it, I really did. I was like, maybe I should just cut my hair off. Everyone else is doing it. And I think it's something that a lot of people don't have to do if they have their hair healthy enough to work with it.
Yeah.
If you do a big chop, you can. But you don't have to go straight for the big chop just to get your natural curls if your hair is already in the process of healing.
Okay. Just to add on to what Keila said, I think this is a point I mentioned before, and I'll just reiterate it. Listen to your hair. Don't do stuff to your hair just because it's a trend or many influencers are doing it. Listen to it, know what works and what doesn't, and take care of it. It's part of self-care. This is something that Faith told me, just caring for yourself, listening to your hair, always opting for healthy hair. Yeah, I think that's all I can say.
Okay, great. Is there anything I would say? Personally, like for me, like water. I think like that's the most natural. Yeah, water works really well. I think I've seen it across like different hair textures and porosities. Like water helps. Like for me, that's what has like really helped even get back my curl/coil definition. Water really helps. Whether you're low or high porosity, I've seen that. But yeah, it varies at the end of the day. But yeah, like water really helps. And just like take care of your hair. Like there are a lot of people I've seen with their natural hair and it's just looking like it's suffering. Guys, take care of your hair. It's part of self-love. Take care of your hair. It's part of taking care of yourself. And what else? Yeah, like just it's part of learning to appreciate yourself. So yeah, your hair is beautiful. You are beautiful, and I'm not just saying that as like, a cliche. You are beautiful. Take care of yourself. Your hair is beautiful. Nobody should make you feel, like it's not or any less than that. Yeah. Okay, guys. We are done for today. Like, if you like this video, please don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And also hit that notification bell. Yeah. I hope you guys have an awesome day, even as we learn to appreciate our Black girl hair. Yeah. Wishing you so many blessings and love. Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye.